Something to happen. But then again, would you rather fall from a high rise like that, or would you rather be stuck underground in a subway?
Oof, the fall. Definitely the fall.
I would take the fall.
Too much claustrophobia in me that I couldn't deal with it. I would rather just die on the impact, and someone's going to clip that out of context. But yeah, right around this corner, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm having flashbacks to that movie that came out the same time Dante's Peak did about the volcano in LA. And they get trapped underground in a subway with the...
I think it's just called Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah,
Tommy Lee Jones, and then they have to knock down the building and stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, see, man, this is why I love you, the movie references. We're talking about baseball adolescent movies. Watt is in a strange position here up front, just trying to get some peeking on the defense. He's probably going to try to bail out, but could be punished early. Already discorded, getting so much damage. Does not live through that. So very much punished early, but they do trade out Winston's at the very least.
They do, and the payload's not really moving quickly, so they're keeping tests in the meantime, which means they're still going to have a chance for another fight, even if they do lose this. But Dixie able to take down Evo. We're actually looking to see both Genjis really step up, but instead of both Genjis, we're just going to see Happy playing the D.Va, so we're not going to have that play for NWA. But the lineup that they're actually running with the 2-2-2, with the Soldier picked up for Emil, it shows they want to poke from range and then fight, which makes it more interesting that they fought right away because Emil couldn't get the poke in that they wanted to before they forced that engagement. And there's no D.Va on Gamers Origin's side to even stop him from getting this easy damage through.
I've never liked fighting in anywhere really except for Big Earls. I feel there's such a defender's advantage there that going around that bend and trying to get something like that, unless you're trying a really super aggressive kind of train wreck strategy where everyone's in there, that it's a bad idea.
Get your mind off trades, Get your mind off trades.
But there's trades.
There is. Trains, planes, and ships, or whatever that old-time show we used to see on TV.
In automobiles. It was automobiles.
John Candy. He got there eventually.
Yeah, he got there.
But still, Gamers Origin just completely walking over them. They're just plowing through them at this rate. NWA has not been able to put up a good hold, and Gamers, they're just sticking to the track and rolling the train along.
There you go. You know who my favorite player is on LG Evil?
Train.
It is. Well, they've just been getting all the kills. There's not really a whole lot else to talk about. Mechanically, they're coming in, and it's just been feed after feed from NWA. Maybe they're taking this opponent a little bit too lightly. They're still coming in, still trying to stall out, but they're just feeding ults, and again, they come in. They've lost everything. I'm really surprised at how that first stage went.
Yeah, and Gamers Origin didn't have to use really any ultimates there either. It was just Noku, the only one waiting for a sound bear to come up. By the way, I thought you were going to say it was like Jake or something.
Just to throw me off.
I was going to say Train, they'd be like, no, Jake, it's Jake.
Idiots.
Either way, Gamers Origin having this many ultimates up, I find it hard for NWA to actually win a fight clear out. They have to go for a dry run, right? Force out some of these ultimates. And even then, it's going to be a little bit difficult because with how that first fight went, with how the first phase went, it seems like Gamers Origins have been mentally refreshed after the long day of games.
They're doing this without using ultimates. Look at the arsenal they've got at their disposal. They're going to have all 6 up. NWA's done nothing but give them that. They handed it over on a silver platter. And I'm just really confused as to what I'm seeing right now. They come in, IPN goes down immediately. That is a lot of healing already out. And I mean, yes, we could point to the fact that the DPS players are playing exactly how we thought they had to play to be able to pull off this, what I would perceive as an upset against NWA, but it's everyone. It's literally everyone.
And Gamers Origin has used one ult this entire game so far, with Zik using the pulse bomb, which he actually did zone out relatively well with. One ultimate, and they've gotten this far into the third and final phase of Route 66. NWA, you've used quite a few ultimates here. You got to do something. You have to force these out. The pressure's just not there. And Gamers Origin just have full control of this game.
And pulse bomb's only like half an ult anyway. When you have it, just use it because you're going to get it back so quickly anyway. The poke comes in, he's able to get out, and ever since the beginning when we saw Watt in that odd position and he's just trying to get out with his life, they've been punished. They've been punished, I want to say, for their hubris.
Well, the snowball is definitely coming true here. This train is chugging along, and nothing seems to be able to stop it. Siren used offensively for NWA to force a fight, but again, Noki hasn't even used his. They've used a pulse bomb yet again. Finally, the trance had come in for a hit to force something out of them, but they're still holding on to attack visor. They're still holding on to a blade. There's no trance. There's nothing on the other side for NWA, even with the sound barrier not being used to stop you, Dixie. This should be a clean fight for them once they regroup and force this one out.
I do like the fact that they regrouped, though, because they don't want to start panicking and start using things when they're not quite ready. They don't turn one bad situation into another set of mistakes. So now they've got everyone at full force and essentially have a 6v5 as Reels went down early. They started off with the sound barrier, and here comes a actually a defensive nano visor, not getting much from Emil on the other side of things.
Well, we talked about Ben Best, earlier on before we kicked off this match, saying he's a little bit too aggressive at some points, but the aggression working out for him because he just knocks Emil away. He mitigates 2 ultimates with his 1, and everyone knows that's going to be a win for the guy who only had to use 1, and the team only had to use 1 to maintain that position. And Noki, with him picking up a double kill, with them continuing to push his payload across, NWA are just crumbling.
Crumbling is too light of a term. I don't understand exactly what's happening. I do not believe what I'm seeing from them. They've been all out of sorts, and maybe Gamers Origin has just picked it up that much since when we last saw. A beautiful stick from Zik puts them back into spawn from whence they came, and that leads to a triple kill. I want to say it's all over but the crying here. They're going to get spawn resets, but they're not getting any kills as NWA.
This is looking really dire for NWA to just even contest. Happy's on the D, but just to stall for some time and try to eat away at the 2 minutes and 50 seconds of time bank that Gamer Origins do have. Happy to see. On top of that payload, he's eventually going to fall. Even Watt7 switching over to the Reinhardt just to apply some extra HP and some extra pushing power, at least zone them away. But you can see Zik towards the backside just gets so much free damage into him. And now Dixie with the blade is just going to close this one out. Real Zik is going to be able to touch the point, yes, but he's going to fall. Just like that, Gamers Origin putting on a clinic here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, and they had to use a total of 1 ult to even get to this 3rd phase.
I think that's the most amazing part of it. And we asked in the last game, is it one team playing poorly or the other team playing good? I think it's a mix of both, but I want to say...
Little column A.
Yeah, exactly. That's Grandpa Simpson would let you know. NWA, I feel, underestimated their opponent. I almost never see where they set up on that very first point defense, and there's reasons for it. I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they're going to get free damage. Maybe they're going to get a free kill. This beautiful pulse bomb, the knockout blow there, and yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. No, I mean, I've been sleeping so well lately that I want that image seared into my brain. That's going to be the brown line in Chicago. Oh, good God.
I'm thinking back in movies, right? We were talking about before. Yeah. Speed, you're on a bus. Speed 2, you're on a cruise ship. Yes. Speed 3, you're on a train.
Yeah?
Why has this not been made? Keanu Reeves, please.
Why has it not been made? Because have you seen Speed 2 Cruise Control?
I like the movies. I like the series. I was a young kid. I was a young
Watch it again and try to figure out what Willem Dafoe was doing the entire time. It's...
acting. That's what he's doing.
And there is a train movie. It is with Steven Seagal. It's Under Siege 2, Dark Territory.
I've never seen that.
All right.
So while we're at the spa together,
movie night. Yeah, movie night.
We're going to have a movie off.
All right, there we go.
All right. Sounds like a good date. Mitch is going to be really sad. I'm sorry, Mitch. I'm not cheating. Different area codes. We're good.
No, Mitch is invited. Yeah,
okay.
Totally invited.
Yeah, all right.
You know how much I love Mitch.
Who doesn't?
Absolutely, who doesn't?
So,
Mitch Uber shouts Leslie.
So NWA on the attack, it looks like could be running to the comp they were using before. Actually, no, they are switching things up. IPN was using Ana, so switching him over to his Zenyatta. And Gamers Origin going to be running pretty much the exact same thing with Hit as well, switching from the Zen to the Ana play. They're holding really aggressive here. I was expecting to maybe go back a little bit. Again, use the range to your advantage. Use the fact that Ana has unlimited range in healing, like no other healer in the game has. But maybe only get some early damage off, then back off.
Yeah, so they're just holding the top corner, not as far out as NWA had. Well, actually, as I say that, Ben Best comes in and holds in the exact same spot, so not learning from their enemies' mistakes. He's able to get out with his life, though, and they're just trying to get that early damage. I'm not sure what the huge benefit of this early damage is, though. They're just going to heal up on the cart. I guess that's one of the benefits if you can actually get a kill. But again, just like last time, they trade out both Winstons to start it off.
You can see Emil, though, under a lot of pressure. He's going to be taken out by Dixie, just chiming in with Zik as well. Make sure to focus these targets down. And, I mean, I agree. It's kind of weird to see teams fight initially on the payload, but for Gamers Origin showing how it can work out, showing the opposite of effect that NWA had when they were on the defending side, because they bought a lot of time here. The payload's still contested, hasn't even gotten around this bend. Yeah, we're seeing Gamers Origin lose out a couple of people here or there, but they've got a pulse bomb up. They must have a visor ready to go.
Yeah.
Even Dixie's getting close to his blade.
And the side effect of this is it's demoralizing. Because it's a non-standard hold, and because you're 5 feet out of your spawn while you're getting it, it's going to be tough. Ben Best falls again, though, so their Winston is now out of the fight. That should signal them to back off or go really far forward. One of the two, but you can't stay where you are. Another follow-up kill is going to turn this into a 6v4. This should be some progress now. Yeah, absolutely will be as the dash has come through. Reset that. But I think Gamers Origin still pretty happy with that early hold. Let's talk about it. I mean, they finished the map with 2:30 left. That's an insane time on Route 66.
Yeah, especially this map. I mean, you see people on Watchpoint Gibraltar finish with 3 minutes of time, even 4. Even actually having 2 playthroughs if you're an IP, I've seen happen. But this is going to be tough for NWA. They know the time they have to accomplish. finishing the map, first of all, and
Right.
maybe having some extra time on the board. But looking at this next fight, how it could break out, you have Hip, who has a basic ability, the Bionic Grenade, that can cancel out the entire ultimate of IPN, or Poco, you can just kill him. You don't even need to do anything to this Transcendence because it hasn't been used just yet, and you're looking to win this fight without having to commit anything.
Poco finds himself in a great spot, all alone and unpressured on the high ground. That is where Soldier wants to be. That is his dream scenario. Able to connect on the tracking.
This delay.
It looks really nice from them. Zik still has his pulse bomb up. He's going to try to probably get someplace cheeky over here. And wants to let people know what character he's playing. That was Tracer, by the way. My game knowledge is unsurpassable.
This is why we bring you to the big leagues.
Yeah,
to cast.
I can identify a hero if I'm close up and on their POV.
And they spray it as well.
Yeah, they spray. That's the last part of it that I need.
All right, so we got, what, 6 ultimates up for Gamers Origin. We've got 5 ready for NWA, so it's going to be a very hectic fight, but it is very possible for both these two teams to actually pick this one up. Happy to go straight to that back, looking for Poco. He's in it. Nana Boost, is he trying to run it? The Soundbreaker comes in last second to save his life, and then Dixie comes in to smack down Happy to keep his Soldier up and running, and they're going to actually be able to hold on to this with still 2 ults to go.
Dixie gets another 2, and that it should be the horn, and all of NWA is dead. Ninjas with, I don't know what A stands for, but...
Ninjas with anger at this rate because they are being held at this first point. I don't even know if they can complete this point at this rate. You still have Bendex who can just stall alone. You've got still Zik who already pulled off an amazing post from the last game.
Yeah.
Can do it yet again here. Emil, get him set up. Get him in a good position. There's no diva to stop him, right? You set him up. You have chance to keep him alive if you do need to, if he does get focused down on, and then just let him go to town.
As you mentioned, they have all the keys to the puzzle here, and then see if they can put them together, all the pieces to the puzzle. I play puzzle with keys, apparently, like a child in a keychain, being very entertained. Pulse Bomb could come in and ruin all of this, but Transcend already off. They're going to start this out. Hoppy does get the kill, and as you mentioned, Tac Visor comes in over the top. They get 3K. Had to use everything there, but at the 25th hour, we'll finally capture first point, but they're not even close to out of the woods yet on this map.
Just really jealous. You could entertain yourself with just a ring of keys when you were a kid.
Oh, yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, well, you ever jingle keys in front of a baby, their eyes light up. They like the noise or something else.
Yeah, but I was like 6 when my parents did that to me, and I still got the same enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, well.
Let's not talk about that anymore. But yeah, so we did see NWA, they did pick up the fight. Emil got set up in a good position. He was kept alive, most importantly, and Zik just wasn't in position to, I guess, use the pulse bomb to catch him out. But we're going to see Gamers Origin try to get out of these caves. What direction are they going to come out of? Obviously, at the door they can go from, which it looks like they will be using. That pulse bomb to at least zone them away, so the front line should die if you just dove in.
Oh, sure, you accept that as a zoning pulse bomb, but when I do it, I messed up. Hoppy still has his blade ready. The stall is still coming out, though. I like that they're adopting the style of nothing for free because they know what they just did on first. They know what their offense looked like, so nothing for free, make them earn every second of it. And though they're getting the kills, they're not necessarily coming at a full clip. Now they are coming at a full clip as the nice dash throughs come in. Still, though, this second stage has already looked better for Gamers Origin defense as they pretty much went unopposed through it, and they're still going to have another crack at this. They're going to zone up together. They've got the visor, and they've got Blade, and so far, Dixie and Poco have shown very good DPS play. I'd be surprised if they don't make a stand here.
They really have, and Gamers Origin, though, is going to be struggling to actually get out of this position to get out of one of these doorways because you have Happy with a Blade ready. If they come out of this position, he's just going to slice them down. You're going to have, obviously, even a Monkey there just to knock you back. It's going to be contested for now. I think Zik was one of the people to jump on top as well as Ben Best. And that Soundbreaker coming through is going to give a little bit more stability to NWA. They've lost out on too many people. The Blade's coming in from both Genjis. Happy to be able to dash back in, good use of the mechanics to actually reflect initiative to find where anyone was and then go into him. But it doesn't matter. He's dead. Poco picks up a double kill. They invest a lot of ultimates, yes, into this. But with only 50 seconds to go, NWA are starting to struggle. They're going to have to grasp for any sort of way to collect this point. And that means a lot of misused ultimates, maybe some miscommunication. But the pressure's on. They need to at least get something going here because 2 minutes and 30 seconds, they have no chance of catching that time anymore.
They need to get a check. They need to win this fight. They have to get something to open it up. Reels is going to look for it right now with the pulse bomb. Finds 2 supports, so gets the stick. Only ends up taking down Hype. So trading out back and forth, and now we are in a 3v3. We'll see what they can get done here, but it's going to be difficult for them to get the progress that they need. Emma will go down late to Lucio. And, I mean, it was the last week before. It is desperation time. They have 20 seconds to get the second point to even dream of taking this map.
Yeah, it was a great pulse bomb. 10 seconds now left to go. Here's Happy's able to pick up a kill on the Poco and Zik. He's looking for the pulse. He's actually looking for that 1v1 against the enemy Tracer of Reals, but he's just not able to pick that one up just yet. The pulse bomb to come through. It's not going to really land onto anything, but they still have a lot of people here. They have a sound barrier coming out of Nokia as well. Evo's very low on HP, but he's not being focused down as he has a little bit of protection from his Winston from Watt 7. Zik's going to contest, but that's going to be Dixie going down, and they finally have some more support. as Poco's going to come around the corner.
Well, Soldiers up over the top. They don't have anyone who can go get them. I don't like that he gave up that high ground up there. Perhaps was feeling a little bit of the pressure. Wanted to get down there. He will get pulse bombed. But Reels kills himself. Reels pulls a Zappis. Kills himself with his own pulse bomb.
Let's be fair.
It's topical.
Zappis didn't kill anyone with that pulse bomb, only himself. At least
Reels got some worth sometimes. Sometimes you call that worth. If you can get a support with it or something along those lines. But they have bought themselves a little over another minute here. Dixie looking for the very sneaky flank.
I mean, all they need to do is stall for time. If anything, you give them a minute, and you have 3.5 minutes to work with into the next, the third half, the third quarter, whatever you want to call it here for this game. Dixi's going to push in. I think I did see a barricade in there, but he didn't really pick up any kills.
Well, the Transcend came out and made sure that he got nothing done. I don't think that Fire Nade hit the targets that it needed to, but over the top, they're going to double down here as they bust out the tactical visor. And that's some good tracking right there. Able to take down a couple with that tac visor.
Very hard to do, actually.
Yeah, I know. It's very difficult. So you have to keep them in this enormous circle, and I find it so hard, but I play with a trackpad. That's how it is.
Well, we're going to see Happy they'll have a blade to be used. There's nothing to really stop him at this moment. No, he's going to have a barrier. A barrier, yes, as I go through puberty. But it doesn't, I don't really know if he's going to catch enough targets here to stop this one. But Ipin already going down. The Sand Barrier has been used, and Happy's going to dive in. He's looking for Poco, looking for that Soldier just running around, kiting him. He even gets booped in towards him, but he's just not quick enough. He doesn't have his Nikes on. He's not Usain Bolt. And now the Monkey's keeping away. It's Ben Best is going to zone him completely off this fight. We're going to hit overtime. And we see the Fire Grenade still be coming through. Him in towards the back is not being pressured, so he's getting a lot of free healing off this. Realzik's finally going to be the man to actually get him in his face. But we're in overtime. This is the last chance for NWA to finish this map.
They are over to the Reinhardt now. Reels is able to find a Lucio in the back line. It's very difficult to play Reinhardt on a lot of points, but I like this point in particular for him as long as your team can cover your flanks a little bit. It is a straight shot down the hallway. Oh, slept and then woken again. Those comms are probably a little nasty right now. Hoppy is able to take down Poco, but Watt that finally eats a pulse bomb in the back. Zik has been working him down for a while. One fight stop. A win will be Gamers Origin taking the first map from Route 66, and they've got the numbers thanks in large part to Zen.
And there's the Nano Blade. That's what they're waiting for here. They're just trying to stall to get this one used, and they don't even let them finish here, as it's going to be Dixie picking himself up 2 big kills, and David's going to throw themselves on the card. And Gamers Origin picking up the first map here in the series, looking to be 1 map away now from the grand finals where Cyclones are waiting.
Got to say I'm a little surprised from what I saw from Gamers Origin. It was pretty close with them against IP, and then we allowed some praise on the veteran presence of this Ninjas with Attitude team, but we also had the caveat of they've only been together a couple weeks, and I think some of the mistakes and some of the trickling and some of the calls really showed that. And we also mentioned the DPS have to light the world on fire, and Gamers Origin have started stoking that fire.
They have, and I just want to continue this momentum, though, going into control, because obviously the snowball is really strong when you play on an escort map. When you go over to control, you get those resets really easily, and then you might overcommit some ultimates and not have the opportunity to keep that fight transitioning through different points of the map.
Right.
Well, and talking about ultimates, I thought Gamers Origin did a great job managing those this time around, which has been
by managing, it's don't hit Q, guys. Like,
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, those pulse
Unbind
bombs.
Q, we'll manage all.